What is the impact of migraine on a significant other? And again, this is coming from my perspective and not necessarily first person from my husband or whoever your significant other is. Migraine affects the significant other whether you have one migraine a year or one or more a day. The higher the number of migraines that you have per month, the more the significant other is impacted because they have to pick up a lot of the slack that we as migraine patients would be able to do if not for the various symptoms that we have when we get a migraine. Things or ways that it does affect the significant other, at least in my case, is chores and housework. If my pain is too high, I can compensate for little bits of time, but that isn't necessarily long enough to make an entire meal if you're cooking dinner or finish all the laundry. I might be able to put it from the washer to the dryer, but maybe I can't fold it afterwards. Childcare, when you have really high pain levels, you can somewhat take care of your kids, but it's difficult to drive them places or to go anywhere where there's loud noises. Financially, those of us that have really high chronic migraine pain are most likely disabled. And if we're fortunate enough to qualify and get disability payments, usually they're not nearly as high as what our salary would be if we were able to work a full-time job. That often leaves the financial burden on the significant other. So in my case, my husband works a full-time job and then he has several part-time jobs. So the burden on him, not only just taking care of me and stuff at home, is he has to work more than he would if I didn't have migraine. Their friends and free time. So for example, my husband doesn't have as much time to go out with his friends and do fun things because he's picking up the slack and basically being partly a caregiver to me. Other things that affects intimacy, ability for us to go on dates out because of triggers like loud noises. We can't go to like concerts together, even going sometimes to restaurants. If it's in the middle of a busy time, it's just too loud for me and we have to take food home. Living with migraine can be a significant burden on a person that's living with you or a significant other, but it's still important to realize that we didn't choose this and to advocate for both our needs, like my needs, but also look and see how it affects that significant other. I hope this makes sense.